Hi, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use Paula's Choice 15% Vitamin C Super Booster, which is suitable for all skin types since it has a very lightweight texture that absorbs quickly into the skin and won't leave a residue. And you can use it daily in the morning and or evening. Now this Vitamin C booster contains 15% of ascorbic acid, which is a pure form of vitamin C, a bit of vitamin E and ferulic acid. So altogether, this is a great antioxidant booster that can help you to protect the skin from environmental damage. And at the same time, it also has some anti-aging benefits to improve the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and can help you with surface hyperpigmentation, such as brownish spots like sunspots, or even post-acne marks, which I do currently experience myself, which are a bit more reddish looking or then turn into brown spots. And it can help you to brighten them over time to achieve a bit more of an even appearance. And so when working with this vitamin C booster, there are several ways on how you can use it. And so if you only have the vitamin C booster, then it is fine to use it on its own. So in the evening, you can go ahead and wash your face with water or with a cleanser, and then use your vitamin C booster afterwards, and then there you have it. However, when it comes to your morning routine, then again, wash your face, use the vitamin C booster, but then it is important to follow with sun protection, since the vitamin C can oxidize if it comes in contact with heat or sunlight. So to prevent this, please don't forget sun protection during daytime when being actually exposed to the sun, to not only protect your skin but the vitamin C booster as well. And then there are also other ways on how you can use it. So if you have, for example, different skincare products at home that you want to use along with the vitamin C booster, then that's completely fine. And I do want to share with you a setup of an example morning and evening skincare routine, which will always remain the same. Like the steps won't change. It's just like the products that you're going to exchange to the ones that you have at home. So when it comes to the first step, you're basically getting started with washing your face using a suitable cleanser for your skin type and needs. The first step always remains the same. Doesn't matter if you're doing this in the morning and or evening. Just you may want to do in the morning, use a very gentle cleanser. However, in the evening, depending on how stubborn your sunscreen and or makeup may be, you want to do a double cleanse or just use a balm cleanser to make sure that everything comes off. But the step is the same, it remains the same, which is cleansing. Then after that, you're going to pat the skin dry. Then you can move on to a second optional step, which would be including an hydrating and soothing toner that's working well for your skin needs. If you do not have a toner, it's fine to skip it. However, if you have one, then it's the second step after cleansing. And then after that, if you have an exfoliant at home, or you may have like an exfoliating acid toner at home where you have like the 2-in-1, then of course this would be either your like the second and third step all in one, and then you do not have to use another hydrating and soothing toner before that, or you can use it after your hydrating and soothing toner. Then the exfoliant is going to be your third step after cleansing and toning. And so again, if you do not have an exfoliant, again, it's fine to skip it. This is just to give you an idea of the order of application. Just make sure that you're choosing the right exfoliant for your skin needs, an AHA, BHA, or even PHA. And then after that, you can go ahead and move on to the application of the vitamin C booster. Apply it to the skin, leave it on the skin, and then in the evening, either just leave it as it is, and then the booster can be your last step, or you can follow with a moisturizer afterwards if you should feel the need. However, again, as already mentioned, during daytime, please don't forget to protect the skin with a sunscreen, which can either be a moisturizer that already contains SPF or your regular sunscreen. But sun protection during daytime is important. I do want to quickly emphasize one more thing, that in case you should have other skincare serums at home, it is fine to use this vitamin C booster along with any other skincare serums which you may have at home. But if you're then thinking about the order of application, then go from the thinnest texture to the thickest texture so that you have a guide in mind, and then basically set up your skincare routine. And so this would be another example. And lastly, it is fine to also use Paula's Choice Vitamin C Booster and mix it with your favorite serum or moisturizer to customize it, to give your moisturizer, for example, a boost of vitamin C if that is working well for you, or you want to save a step, etc. So then that's fine too. So this vitamin C booster is very versatile. But as of now, I want to keep my focus on a very simple application so that you can see it step by step visually when trying this out at home as well. Now I'm going to get started with the first step, which is again washing your face using a suitable cleanser for your skin type and needs. Meaning that if you have, for example, oily skin, choose a cleanser that's suitable for oily skin. If you have dry skin, choose a gentle cleanser that's working well for dry skin, so that you can adjust your skincare routine accordingly to your skin type and needs. I have two examples right here from Cetaphil. In today's video I'm going to use Cetaphil's Daily Facial Cleanser, which is, for example, great for combination to oily sensitive skin. If you have a different cleanser, go ahead and use that one. As long as it's working well for you, it does not dry out your skin, nor irritates your skin, stick to it. Just make sure to read on the back of the packaging on how you should use your cleanser. Do you have to apply it on dry or on wet skin, since this sometimes can change depending on the cleanser that you're using, and if you can use it around the eyes or if you should avoid the eye area. So if it does not mention anything about it, you can try and use it around the eyes. Do not get it into your eyes. However, if you already know you have sensitive eyes, then my best advice would be avoiding it to make sure that no irritation occurs. And if your cleanser specifically tells you please do not use it around the eyes, then I recommend following this guide. So as of Cetaphil's Daily Facial Cleanser, it is advised to use it on wet skin. So my first step is going to be now wetting my face, neck and hands with lukewarm water to warm water. So let's go ahead and do this. Then go ahead and use about 1 to 2 pumps, or about a coin size amount of your cleanser. About that much, more or less. Then use it between your hands and then gently massage it all over your face and neck for about 30 seconds to a minute. So, and once you have massaged your cleanser all over your face and neck, you now can go ahead and rinse it off with lukewarm water to warm water. You can go ahead and just use your hands if this works really well for you. However, depending on your cleanser and you feel like there's still some residue left, it is fine to use a soft and fresh washcloth which you're going to wet, and this can help you to remove the cleanser a bit better. So, and now go ahead and take a fresh towel and pat the skin dry. So once you're done with washing your face, you have pat the skin dry, you can immediately move on to the next step, which now could be using a hydrating and soothing toner as your second step after cleansing if you have one. Apply it to the skin, leave it on the skin. Then after that, if you should have a leave-on exfoliant, you want to include it, then this would be your third step after cleansing. And again, apply it to the skin, leave it on the skin, and then you would move on to Paula's Choice Vitamin C Booster. However, sometimes you can also come across hydrating and soothing toners that at the same time include exfoliating acid. So instead of 2 different products, you have 1 product. And then if you have an hydrating and soothing exfoliating acid toner, it would be your second step after cleansing, but use it before applying your vitamin C booster. Of course, those are all optional steps, but I do want to make you aware of that if you have those products at home, use it after cleansing but before Paula's Choice Vitamin C Booster. However, if you do not have such products at home, it's fine to immediately after you have washed your face with your cleanser, move on to Paula's Choice Vitamin C Booster. And so when using this one, you're going to apply it evenly all over the face and then you're going to leave it on the skin. Since it has a very lightweight texture, as a general guide, my advice would be using between 5 to 7 drops so that you have like a fair amount so that you can use it all over. Of course, this amount is adjustable. If you feel like, well, it's not enough, I can barely get it to my neck, then of course you can use a couple of drops more. But make sure that you're not going to overdo it, because it should be able to absorb into the skin and not like sit on top of the skin surface. And so I'm going to now use about 7 drops for my face and neck. There are several ways on how you can do this. Either use a few drops in the palm of your hand, rub your hands together and then apply it to the skin, Or if you prefer to use the drops immediately to the skin and then start blending, that's fine too. Whatever method works the best for you, go ahead and do so. Now please make sure when applying your vitamin C booster, do not use it on top of your eyelids, and please do not get it into your eyes nor into your mouth. You can use it on the eye contour. However, I do want to make you aware of it contains 15% of ascorbic acid. So if you have a bit more of a sensitive eye area, then I recommend being a bit more careful and have like a bit more of space right here so that you're not going to bring it too close to the actual eye, so that you can adjust it accordingly to your skin. Then use it between your hands and then either blend it or pat it all over your face and neck. So, and once you have applied it all over your face and neck, then give it about 30 seconds to a minute so it has time to absorb into the skin, and then you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Now, if this is going to be your evening skincare routine, as already mentioned, your vitamin C booster can be your last step in your evening skincare routine. However, during daytime, follow with sun protection. But depending on your skin type and needs, always adjust it accordingly to your needs. That's really important. And you then feel like, well, I need to use a moisturizer afterwards because I have a bit more of a drier skin type, then of course go ahead and then follow with a moisturizer afterwards. When using a moisturizer, make sure that you're using one that's suitable for your skin type and needs, and then use about a pea-sized amount, about a few pumps more or less. If you have a drier skin type, you probably want to use a bit more, and then apply it evenly on top of your vitamin C booster, so that you then basically can use the moisturizer to seal everything. And that's basically then the last step in your evening skincare routine. However, I do want to keep my focus on the morning skincare routine because sun protection when being exposed to the sun is important, since when you're using your vitamin C during daytime, it needs to be protected. So I have two examples right here from Paula's Choice. One that's great for combination to oily, the other one is great for normal to dry. Those are more like fluids and moisturizers, like with SPF in like one. However, again, it is fine to choose the right one for your skin and needs, so it feels comfortable on the skin and that it should not irritate your skin, your eyes in any way. Or just use a regular sunscreen instead of a moisturizer that already contains SPF. And so in this example, I'm going to use Paula's Choice Elf Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid, which is a very lightweight like sun protection. And as a general guide, I do like to always use my teaspoon, since it can give you an idea of how much like sunscreen or moisturizer with SPF you would need to use for your face, neck and décolletage to protect it evenly. So for your face and neck, use about half a teaspoon. For your face, neck and décolletage, use about 1 teaspoon. Of course, this is just a general guide which can be adjusted. If you feel like it's not enough, use a bit more. If you feel like it's way too much, then of course adjust it and reduce it a bit. But make sure that you're using enough so that you can blend it properly all over to protect the skin. About that much, more or less. And then use it in the palm of your hand. Apply your sun protection 10 to 15 minutes before sun exposure. And please don't forget to reapply throughout the day if you should have like done a lot of outdoor activities, or if you went for a swim, or if you have been in the sun for several hours where the sunscreen can break down, move around or wear off. Then sun protection like the reapplication is important. So, and once you have evenly applied your sunscreen or moisturizer with SPF, then you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. And again, please don't forget, in the evening there is no sun protection needed. Now, I want to quickly emphasize one more thing about the vitamin C booster and its color, because Paula's Choice Vitamin C booster is only good for 3 months. After that, it's best to stop using it, because vitamin C is very sensitive, especially when working with ascorbic acid, and it can oxidize very quickly, especially in heat or if you come out like in contact with sunlight, as we already discussed earlier, to protect the skin. And so when working with a vitamin C, especially with this one, if you get it, it is basically nearly transparent. It's transparent, and sometimes it can already have like a light yellowish like tone to it, very lightweight. And so over time, this color can turn into a bit more of a stronger yellowish color. And as long as it is still a bit like yellowish, but at the same time not turning into a strong yellow or even orange color, there's not anything to worry about it, and you still can use it. But if the color starts to turn into a strong yellowish orangey color, then it's best to stop using it, because over time vitamin C starts to oxidize, and so when it has fully oxidized, then it can do more harm than good to the skin. So then it's best to stop using it at all, so that you're not going to damage your skin in any way, but you're only getting the benefits out of your vitamin C booster. So my best advice would be use it as quickly as possible to get most out of it, and that it does not damage your skin in any way. And I do want to now quickly go over one important thing, and this is, since it is a booster, it has a very lightweight texture. It is fine to mix it with your favorite serum or moisturizer if you want to get that, if you want to give that specific product a boost of vitamin C. So let's say you have your favorite moisturizer at home and you want to mix it with your favorite moisturizer. Well, then go ahead, use about a pea-sized amount, like more or less in the palm of your hand. If you have a drier skin type, you probably want to use a bit more. It works with any moisturizer. And then use about 2 to 3 drops of your vitamin C booster and add it to your moisturizer. Always mix it freshly in the palm of your hand. That's really important. And then start mixing it in the palm of your hand. And once you're done mixing it, then use it between your hands and then evenly apply it all over. So instead of using it on its own or using the layering method when using other skincare products along with it, it is fine to mix it, for example, with your favorite moisturizer. If that's a way that works the best for you, then go ahead and do so. So this vitamin C booster is very versatile, and I do hope that with this entire video I could give you some ideas on how you can work with it and how you can apply it to the skin and how you can adjust it accordingly to your skin type and needs when having this booster at home. Now I do want to quickly remind you, if you find the example skincare routines in the PowerPoint slides helpful, you want to use them as a guide, I'm going to link them in the description box down below so that you can download them and use it as a guide and go over it in your own time. However, if you now want to know more about how you can apply certain skincare products, how you can work with them, I'm going to link some playlists at the end of this video so that you can keep on watching and learn how you can set up a skincare routine if you like to. Now I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did so, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well as share it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye!